thing, but it's really shiny, man. Oh, very shiny. Sorry about that, guys. Wow, I've not done this live thing. Oh, let's throw on a filter. Do you guys mind? Good. I'm glad. Oh gosh, it just doesn't get better. It just doesn't get better no matter what. Oh God, that's terrible. They need to do the ooh, gosh, it's just awful. Okay, just kidding. We'll just do none. They need to get with the Instagram filters, but sorry, my face is so shiny, guys. It's this light, I guess. But if I go with no light, not so bad. Okay. This is just a surprise live because I keep getting reminders from YouTube that I can do these. So I'm going to do it. And there are 7 of you here, but why can't I see who's here? This is my first time doing this, guys. So thank you for being patient with me. Thomas is here. Tyler is here. Jeffrey from Texas. Thank you for being here. We're going to go with the shiny face. Oh, God, that's really shiny. So I can't get past it, guys. Sorry about that. I just decided to try one of these because I've never done it before. Ricky Beavers, Justin Gale, San Francisco. Hello, Miss Beautiful. Ricky Beavers here in the house. I'm totally blind, but that's okay. Don't let that scare you. I am just, I keep getting alerts that this is a possibility. So I wanted to do this and tell you guys, one, thank you for supporting me. You guys have really been showing up for, it's a healthy glow. Thanks, Justin. It is, yeah, it's a very shiny glow. I miss you too, Tyler. Thank you for being here. I want to thank you guys because you guys have really been showing up for my YouTube videos. The views have been going up, and I have to say, I have been showing up differently. Everyone's been saying, like, yeah, we got the old Arica Angelo back from the Bali days, and where I just spoke the truth and said how it is and how it's gonna be. So thank you guys. Shiny and still beautiful as hell. Thank you. Super shiny. Super, super shiny. Guys, this is something that has been really on my heart, like big time. And I want to share this with you and tell me if this resonates with you all at all. It's about like having people in your corner and having people who have your back. I've been feeling this energy a lot and like how important that is. It's like so important to have people by your side, people that love you enough to speak into your life. I just shared, I don't know if you get my emails, but if you don't get my emails, you can get them when you sign up for that free course, Become the Damn Hero. It's right on my website, ericaangelo.com. Oh my God, Shane, I'm so glad you're here. He says it's been 2 years since he's been in one of these. Well, I don't think I've done one of these in maybe 2 years. Hi there, insight words of wisdom do you have for us today? Oh, yes. Yes. I will talk to you about that too. Thanks, John. That's a great question. Thank you, Justin. But yeah, this has really been on my heart, like the power of like having other people in our life. Hi, Benny. I just had something recently cool happen and I just shared it in my email. So like I said, if you get that free course, Become the Damn Hero, it's like ericaangelo.com/become the damn hero. Or if you go to the front page of my website, it's there as well. But I had personally worked with a business coach. Yes, emotional warrior. Yeah. And she basically, I was like, I don't know what's going on with like my business and like my YouTube, like nothing's really popping off anymore. And she had like a major insight. And I had shared this on my Instagram. And I think I shared this in a YouTube video, but not in a live setting. So if you have questions, you can ask them. But she basically said this. I told her that like when I got the TV show that I got a couple years ago, maybe it's been a year, maybe it's been 2, I don't know. She was like, and I said, I kind of like cleaned up my act. I used to be like really dynamic and powerful and cuss a lot and talked about sex a lot and all these things. And then with the TV show, like I was asked to remove a lot of videos and I just started like the message started getting kind of toned down to accommodate the masses. And she said something so profound to me. And she just said it was so simple to her. But this is a power of having people in your life and having people who have your back and on your side. And she said these words. She goes, "Oh, you gave up your voice for a TV show." She said it's so simple. And I was like, holy cow. It like punched me in the face. She was like, "You gave up your voice for a TV show." It wasn't even like crazy dynamic or anything. It was just like it was just a natural response to her. But it was like someone had just slapped me and woke me up and I was like, "Shit, yes, that's exactly what I did." And I shared this in an email today to everyone who's on my email list. I'm offering for people to join my new Spiritual Alpha mini classes because it's like a group and we meet once a month. It's like $24. You can join it. I'll put a link somewhere, but it's on my website too. But it's to create this sense of community. And so I was sharing with my email list, encouraging people to join because the next one's coming up in a couple of days, this Thursday. And I was like, I was trying to figure out that answer for a very long time of like what was happening with my business. Why wasn't my YouTube channel doing well? Why weren't people resonating? And in just 1 second, she brought so much clarity to me. And that really impacted me. I don't know about you, but have you ever been in a place in your life where you really need answers and you're like, damn, I can't figure this out? And then someone just pops into your life, or maybe you intentionally seek them out, as I intentionally seeked out this coach, and they just give you like this mic drop, profound, whoa, holy veil of this is what's going on. Erica, what's going on? Why are you dressed like a grandma? Because it's cold outside and I just got inside. You guys can be so rude as F sometimes. I bet you if I looked at you right now, you're probably in jogging pants with your nutsack hanging below your thighs. So don't give me shit, James. Let's see what you're wearing. Let's bring you on here live and see what you're wearing. It's cold outside. It's not summertime yet. What do you want? A damn bikini or something? Um, but it has that happened to you where you saw someone's counsel or you asked someone for help and they just said something to you that just poof, everything in your life, like that thing that you were struggling with just made sense. And I that is like my heartbeat is like is reconnecting us back to one another because there sometimes we can find the answers on our own and sometimes you can watch videos. Thomas is like, yeah, it's so cold out, but yes, bikini. Trust me, I wish I were in Bali right now running around butt naked and in a bikini all the time because I'm like, I'm not made for this cold weather. I'm not made for this. But I'm trying to get us back to that sense of community because we really do need each other. And James says, I'm in my Jeep with black ducky. Dickies? Why are you wearing Dickies, huh? Why aren't you wearing more fitted pants, huh? Because girls like to see what's happening underneath. Why are you wearing big ass baggy jeans, huh? 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 I'm coming for you, James. I'm coming for you. Um, 71. Don't tell me this, man. I would give anything for that weather. But like we need each other. And yeah, sometimes you can get on a YouTube and you can figure something out. But here's the thing that I don't know if you guys are seeing this too, but the challenge is like just getting information online. The problem is when you get so much information, do you know the saying? The saying is a confused mind does nothing. And so we're getting so inundated with information. I mean, guys, I was giving dating advice what 16 years ago. Oh my God, on Instagram, the so many people that are giving dating and relationship advice now. It's just like and it's just so much advice. Like I even had an intern many years ago, and even she's giving dating relationship advice now. So it's like you've got so many people coming at you giving you advice. But what happens is when you're confused and you don't know what advice to take, then you do nothing. And so you stay stuck in your situation. And this is why it's so powerful. This is why we need each other. And so if you're like one of those people where you're like, I really do need some sense of community, come join us at that Spiritual Alpha mini class. It's going to happen this Thursday. But here is the reality check is sometimes it's just uncomfortable. Sometimes it's just uncomfortable to reach out to people and say, "Hey, I need someone." Justin says everyone needs a good coach. Seriously, every time I personally hire a coach, I typically hire, so I have a therapist that I work with still, and then I hire business coaches, and I'm like, coaches always see shit that you don't see, and you're just like, how did you see that? But when you're so in your situation, it's very difficult to get answers. So yes, coming to a coach like myself, joining my group, things like that really just push out all the noise and give you fast answers. But I don't know about you, but in the day-to-day life, sometimes it can be really difficult to let the people in our lives step up and be there for us, give us advice, give us their listening ear. Sometimes it's so much easier. Tell me if you agree with this. It's so much easier to get on a YouTube or an Instagram and search for advice as opposed to sitting through the discomfort with someone who loves you and who supports you and says, "Hey, this is what I think's going on for you," and giving you that outside perspective. But for us to position ourselves to receive from them, I'm kind of giving you a hint about what I'm going to talk about this Thursday in my Spiritual Alpha mini class. But sometimes opening that door and letting them speak into our lives can be so damn hard. So damn hard. And trust me, like this is my jam. Like you guys have been following me for years, I have like, my vulnerability course where I talk about this stuff. But even sometimes for myself, I'm like, damn, do I ask them this? Do I tell them what's really going on with me? Or do I just like be like, it's cool, everything's fine, everything's great, it's awesome. And even me, like every even though I know all the right things to do, it still takes that damn courage. It takes that risk to just step out and be like, "Hey, um, and can I talk to you about this?" Or I could really use a listening ear, or "Hey, man, I could really use some support right now." But once you do it and you have a loving friend, you have someone supportive, you have a good coach like myself, or you have a community like my Spiritual Alpha mini class, when you have some support there, damn, it's like that big backpack that you've been carrying around all of a sudden gets removed from you. Just like when that coach said to me, I was like, I just don't know what's going on. And she knew in a second what was going on. She was like, oh, you gave up your voice for a TV show. It's like, I don't know if you remember that Disney cartoon, The Little Mermaid with Ariel, where she gives up to the witch her voice so that she can become human. It's like, oh, and then she becomes human, but then she doesn't have a voice. And it was like, yeah, that's kind of what I did. But I was so grateful to have that insight from her because ever since then, like Thomas is a huge supporter of mine, Thomas here. He's messaged me and been like, Erica, you're showing up back to yourself. You're using your voice again. And it's like, yeah, shit, I didn't know to do that until someone spotted it out. James says, wrong. Those who don't know you will be more honest, nothing to lose. So those who love you will coddle you. There is some truth to that, James. I'm not gonna disagree with you. And you guys, when you're in live, I'll like come for you. Like if I don't agree with you, I will come for you. Or no, I won't come for you, but if you talk shit to me, then I'll come for you. But James, there's some truth to that. But it depends on what kind of people you're surrounding yourself with, because um I have friends who can tell me the truth, and some give it to me really direct, and then some do it in a really loving way, but they still tell me the truth. Uh, and to Justin's point, he's like, it's hard to have hard conversations sometimes. Hell yeah, it's hard. Do you know what vulnerability means? I started talking about this course, Morgan. damn, I recorded that course like years ago. It's so damn good. But vulnerability, like Dr. Brene Brown says that vulnerability is emotional exposure. It's like someone seeing the things that you're afraid of, the things that you're shameful of, and giving someone like access to those places. Hell yeah, it's super hard. But the the reality is staying stuck is also really fucking hard, you know? So it goes along to the saying of choose your hard. Which hard do you want? Do you want to stay stuck and have the pain of being stuck? Or do you want to put yourself in a vulnerable position where people love you, but also give you the keys to set your ass free, to take the handcuffs off, to unlock them and set you free? And so we really have to choose our hard. And most of the time, we just linger in the pain for far too damn long when we don't have to be in that pain for so long. So I would say choose your hard. And at the end of the day, having the hard conversation, you tell yourself, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die if I have this conversation. It might be uncomfortable, but I'm not going to die. And that's how we grow. You know, when we take risk, when we use our courage, that's when we grow, not when we're super comfortable. We're not growing when we're comfortable. No, it's when we take those risks. That's when we become more courageous. We become more brave. We become more free. We become more powerful. Shane asked a really good question. How do you find your voice? And I'm going to tell you something, and this advice does not necessarily come from me. And I don't think he would say that this was the reason why he gave this advice. But I will say this: the way that you start finding your voice is something very simple, which is very simple but very difficult, and that is start telling the truth. Start telling the truth. You know, I when I uh years ago started talking more about sexuality, like I love sex. I think that sex is just great. I think it's magic. I think it's powerful. I think it's mystical. I think it's great. And I didn't talk about it on my YouTube. And then like I just kept taking chance after chance and I started talking about it because I believe there's a lot of power behind sex, not just hooking up with people, but like intentional sex with someone you love. And so yeah, I started sharing that and like my videos started popping off. Like one got like 1 million hits. It was crazy. So I would say to you, Shane, oh, I love this. This is so much better than the desktop because you can scroll and read people's comments and go back and forth. I would say start telling the truth. Because most of the time, people who don't have their voice is because they don't want to hurt other people's feelings and they don't want to step on other people's toes. And so by you constantly telling the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, what that does is that's going to start getting you working this muscle, your throat muscle, your truth muscle, and your heart. And I say I didn't come up with this. This is a Jordan Peterson thing. He really talks about like being honest and telling the truth. And and the more that you do that, the more that you trust yourself. And typically the things that are in our voice, the things that we want to say, it all comes from our heart. And so the only way that the heart can have a voice is by us telling the truth, even when we're afraid, even when we're afraid. Thomas, sometimes it's hard to have a hard conversation with yourself. Of course it is. Of course it is. Even today, like I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I was just like feeling like kind of shit today. Like I wasn't even gonna do this video. I was like, oh, I can't be asked because I don't know. I just felt like, nah. Oh, I ate chocolate. Can you see it? Sometimes you just feel like, and like it was hard. I like to be powerful. I like to be optimistic. And when I feel, it's not a nice thing to talk about with myself. Like, hey, I'm feeling, I don't like having that conversation with myself. I like when I feel powerful. I like when I feel decisive. I like when I'm happy. I like when I'm making myself laugh. But today was not one of those days. And so I had to be honest with myself. I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. And I'm like, do I need to cry? What do I need to do? But I'm like, whatever it is I need to do, I'm going to sit with this. And sometimes even just sitting with our feelings can be hard. But yes, having conversations with ourselves can be hard. And Justin's right. The reward is great when we allow people in. And like I said, if you need like help with this, please join that Spiritual Alphas members mini classes. It's $24 and everything's recorded, everything's put in a library, but we go live like this, but all of our videos on, we're connecting. It's really, really powerful. If you have a question about it, you can email me, Arica with an A at aricaangelo.com, or you can just go to my website. It says Spiritual Alpha Mini Classes. Ricky Beaver says, Arica, I love your videos. I've been listening to them. I wondered where you went. I think you got a lot of energy, very incredible, and most of all, so intelligent. Thank you, Ricky. I actually have been here and I have continued to put out videos, but I don't know why no one was getting any of those videos. I cannot tell you why you guys have not been seeing my videos, but I'm so glad that you found this one. And yes, Ricky, if you go to my channel, they're like, I haven't stopped. There are tons of videos there. So please go watch them. They will really encourage you. The last few videos have been really powerful. James Burton says in his Dicky Pants, the best course of action is always to look at the easy stuff and put that aside and focus on the difficult stuff. You kind of beat me to it, Arica. I'll beat you to a lot of things, like fashion, for one. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, I think that the difficult stuff we don't want to look at, but the reality is it's like carrying a backpack full of heavy rocks and just thinking, oh, eventually I'm going to take this off. And it doesn't get better until you confront it. And when you confront it, then you take the heavy backpack off and you go, wow, everything else seems so much easier. Uh, Oh, I wish, Ricky, I wish you could get a picture of me in Braille. That would be really cool. James says, I love sex too. God bless you, James. Um, and James says, maybe I've had so many days that I really don't give up about acknowledging the moment I'm in. Shadow work is real. Yes, for sure. Like, do the shadow work. Don't stay in that. For sure, come be a part of that spiritual mini class, James. I know you'll be super encouraged because I show up in a way that I don't feel, YouTube, they still censor things, so you can't say everything, but this is my private platform and I can say whatever the hell I want. So come join that. Why don't you do Q&A and lingerie anymore? I mean, I'm 43. I feel like I'm kind of like, I think that was like a season and it was a thing. Like, I don't think I want to do Q&A in my lingerie anymore. It was fun and I felt very free in Bali doing that. But yeah, I think I want to show up in this spiritual alpha mini class with that more raw side that you guys used to get in the live Q&A. So I'm still showing up with the same power, just in a more private portal, like my spiritual alpha mini class. That's where you're going to get that side of me there. Yeah. Thank you so much, Thomas. He was like, last 3 videos are 100 legit. Justin says, guys, I'm going to pop off because it's already 23 minutes in. And so if you have any questions, throw them in really fast. Justin says, what kind of lifestyle do you advocate for your guys, students? Well, I think that whether you're a student or wherever you are in your life, I advocate for first and foremost that you have to have a vision of what you want. And then you have to make a practice to create habits, to create a lifestyle to get you closer to that vision. So like I'll hear this is a bad example because you're a student, but like I'll hear older guys say, yeah, I really want a family. And I go, oh, okay, great. But you see them, they're still like sleeping around with women. Maybe they're smoking too much weed. They're not focused. Maybe they're very guarded and they're not vulnerable. Maybe they're obsessed with work. And I'm like, where in any of those habits are positioning you to become the kind of man that's going to be a husband and that's going to be a father? Show me where any of those habits lead to that vision. And so I think that you need to have a vision. I advocate for that first and foremost. And you need to be very serious about that. Like every day, I'm like, this is my purpose, what I'm doing here. My life is crazy intentional, like, so to the point where it can be a bit, like, maybe too intentional, and I have to remind myself, "Erica, have fun, go for a walk, hang out with your friends," because I'm very tapped into my purpose. But have a vision, make sure that you're being active, you're creating a habit and a discipline to get that vision. And third thing I would say is do your inner work. Like, get a hold of my vulnerability course. That's huge. That is one course that I had a client, he was a president of a bank and he was in his 60s. And he said to me, Erica, if I had gotten that course in my 20s, he said it would change my whole life. He had married like a narcissistic woman, they had kids together, and was really taken advantage of at work, like blah, 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 blah. It just, the list kept going. He's like, if I knew this from the beginning, my whole life would have changed. So I would say have a vision, make sure that you're cultivating discipline and focus to be committed to becoming the person who gets to have that vision. And the third thing is do your motherfucking inner work. Like, and that is my shit. So like stick with me if you want a coach who's really going to help you do that kind of inner work to where you really get momentum, you really get free, you really position yourself to become the person who gets their vision. Do my online courses or hire me as a coach because my inner work shit is next level. How do you, oh, Justin, you're coming up with all the good questions. Oh my God, I love these questions. How can we be empowered to feel and be more attractive and happy? You know, to feel empowered is you trusting yourself. And so a simple thing that you can do is honor your commitments. When you say it, and it's a small stuff. The Bible says it's the small foxes that steal the vine. So in the small things, if you tell yourself, I'm going to go to the gym today, I don't care how freaking tired you are, you go to the gym. How does that empower you? Because you've just taught yourself that when you want to do something and you say you're going to do it, that you can trust yourself to do it. And that makes you feel powerful. Being able to believe and trust in yourself empowers you. It makes you feel powerful. So for me today, even though I felt today, I had told myself earlier, I'm going to do a YouTube live. YouTube keeps telling me you can do vertical lives now. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I was laying on the couch. My mechanism, my coping mechanism is YouTube Shorts. Like I love YouTube Shorts. I could sit there for 3 hours just watching them. And so I was on the couch and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be pretty upset tomorrow if I didn't do that, if I didn't honor my commitment to myself, which was do a YouTube live on the vertical version. And so I am doing this specifically to promote my spiritual alpha mini class, by the way. So that is why I am here. So make sure it's $24. You get community access, everything's recorded, but I'm going to come in with a powerful training, kind of like the stuff you used to see in the Q&A in my lingerie. So make sure you join it. That is specifically why I'm here. But yeah, when you trust yourself, when you honor your commitments, when you are a man or a woman of your word, when you say you're going to do something, you do it, that is how you feel empowered. That is how you start trusting yourself. And the more that you trust yourself, the more attractive you become because yes, you can have better fashion. Yes, you can get in better shape, but you can't fake confidence. You can't fake security. How do you get more secure? You get more secure by honoring your commitments, by telling yourself the truth and saying, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to follow through with that. When you start doing that, you cultivate that sense of like, I believe in myself. And when a person believes in themselves, they're really attractive. The happy part is a little bit of the opposite of this. It's being intentional with your play. And that's something I can sometimes suck at. And I have to like remind myself, like I'm really funny. Like I make myself laugh privately. It's hilarious. I've never met a person who can make themselves laugh so much, but I do that for myself. But I have to remember like when I'm with my friends or when I'm out for a walk to like let go. So when you want to be happy, you really have to allow yourself to play, to have that childlike heart posture towards life, to allow yourself to play, to make those jokes, to go on those adventures, and to remain wildly grateful. Being grateful really ignites that sense of happiness inside of yourself. So follow through on your commitment so that you feel more powerful. You'll trust yourself, you'll be more confident, and the happy part is allowing yourself to be super grateful and looking at life all the possibilities that's put in front of you. James says, Erica, do you think it's cool to have fun with fun girls while keeping a keen eye out for the serious girl you want? So this is a slippery slope. Like the challenge is it's energy, right? Like there's only so much sperm that you have. That's the reality. Like, sorry, you don't get to be a girl. You don't get to come as much as you want. Sorry about that. But there's only so much energy that you're carrying. And now I'm talking about a very physical energy right there. But there's only so much energy. And I'll never forget there was a guy I was dating meaning like we were having fun. And I was like, "Come on, let's have fun." And he was like, "No, Erica, I am trying to find my wife." And I never really talk about my personal dating life. This was years ago, but I don't really talk about it. Anyways, he goes, "No, Erica, I'm trying to find my wife. And if I give you that energy, then I'm gonna lose that drive. I'm gonna lose that focusness because you've already what's the word? It's like you've already like given me that like that like a dopamine, it's like you've given me that kick and it's like, oh, I feel good. So when you're constantly giving away pieces of yourself to the fun girls, what happens is you're not as intentional, you're not as focused, you're not as committed because you don't have that drive, you don't have that hunger, you don't have that frustration inside you. Sometimes frustration is a good thing. So what happens is these girls are keeping you soft, they're keeping you comfortable. If you really want to find a serious girl, you have to show up seriously because otherwise you're just squandering your energy and you don't have all the energy in the world. And the reality is, tomorrow's not promised to you, James. So the more you keep fucking around with life, the less you're going to get someone serious. And I know that's a hard thing to say because, yeah, and it's not even just fun that we want. We want that sense of, let's be honest, James, we want that sense of companionship. Yeah, we want to have sex and it feels good and all those things. And we don't want to feel alone. And we want that sense of companionship. But when we just go throwing out our energy like it doesn't matter, then that's what we get back. That's cool, James. How to be playful and respectful at the same time. Here is the thing. I would say that most guys are actually more respectful than what we think. I think a lot of the stuff that we're seeing on social media about guys being disrespectful, like this is more of a small percentage of guys. James, I'm sorry, Justin, just by you asking that question, I would imagine that you're already incredibly respectful. So I would say don't step over your own shoes, meaning don't be overly polite because a woman does like that polarity. I'm not saying be a dick by any means. Like, let's be smart here, but I would imagine that you are naturally respectful. So it's the playful side. My vibe, my energy with you, Justin, is that it's the playful side. So it's flirting with her and not holding back. It's saying the things you really want to say. It's touching her arm when you want to touch her arm. Justin, for you, my course, it's called The 5 Things That Sabotage Connection. Go get that course. I think it's like $94. It's on my website. If you go to where it says online courses, that would be a good one for you because I talk about like how you interact with touch and things like that, because I would imagine you're playing it way too safe, and I think you're playing it safe because you say you want to be respectful, but I think you're playing it safe because you don't want to get rejected. So go get that course because it will help you. James says, I really don't need to come as much as I want. My pleasure comes, pun intended, while holding it and watching you trying to climb the walls. Okay, James, he's going there. Yeah, I'll get it, boy. Only can give energy to so many things before you're spent. That's true. James says, thanks for the answer, Erica. Makes all the sense in the world. Guys, I love you. This is really fun, really random. Yes, Justin, your direction is get the 5 things that sabotage real connection. That course will change it for you. The rest of you guys, Justin, you can still do this too. The Spiritual Alpha mini classes, $24. Guys, come be a part of this. It's going to be like this, but a little bit more of the wild, raw me that you guys used to see in the Q&A and lingerie videos, but it's on my platform. So I'm not censored. No, I learned that lesson. You ain't taking my voice. No more. I ain't having that shit. So yes, I want to get buck wild and say the things that I want to say. And so in this container, I can do it. I can be all of me, and I want you to be all of you, all of you. Anyways, I love you guys. Spiritual Alpha Mini Class. Next one is this Thursday, $24. I can put the link in there, or you can go to my website, aricaangelo.com. It's on the main page. I love you guys so damn much, and I'm so glad you're here. And hopefully I will see you in that group. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.